I was going to tutor this morning, but then I got called off because of the snow. It's blustery and drifting here today, so a lot of cancellations and stuff. So I wouldn't ever be up this early on a Saturday, but I am, and again, why I'm like fully ready. It's funny because this is not my normal Saturday, but that's okay. I was going to do this as I was driving to tutoring, but here I'm at home. Hey Jess, thanks for coming. Uh, so initially I was gonna oh good Jess, yeah. Join us before. I was going to or join me. Sorry, I'm a little lost in my own thoughts. Initially I was going to um, share about timing on and I will, but it might turn into something else. You never know. I was thinking about timing just a little bit last night uh, and how people come in our lives and go at the right time, and we talk to the right people at the right time. And I was even mentioning to my class how Shabbat Shalom, Jeremy, how Yah is over time, that he can see past, present, and future all at once because he's above it all. And right, I know that is my life, Jess. um, so, but all who wander are not lost, right? In thought. That's a good one. I'm gonna write that down. So yeah, I was thinking about timing in that way. I'm Melissa. Um, so I'll read Ecclesiastes 3 because it goes with timing and seasons, and I've shared that with my students also because they don't know. I know I've mentioned Ecclesiastes before. I don't think I read it. I didn't read it because I was driving. Um, so I'll just read. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read just the parts that stood out to me last weekend. I think it was last weekend. Okay, let me find the verses. So we know it says everything has its own time, and there's a specific time for every activity under heaven. Going along with the whole theme. So I'm going to skip down to verse 2 and 3 at the second part. A time to plant, a time to pull out what was planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to cry and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Yep, Mr. Sidewinder, I know. That is a beautiful song. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to hug and a time to stop hugging, a time to start looking and a time to I'm sorry, let me read that again because I wasn't expecting this one. I haven't read it from this version, this Names of Yahweh Bible. A time to start looking and a time to stop looking, and a time to keep, a time to throw away, a time to tear apart and a time to sew together, a time to keep quiet and a time to speak out. Yeah. A time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. Um, and I think all of those things aren't talking about the world out there, it's talking about within. Those things are within. Because we know war in our realm is not what they say it is. So it's not, nobody's going to use that verse out of context. Well, people do use it out of context. That's my point. People use that verse out of context. Um, saying, oh, this is a time for war. No, um, there's a time to go to battle for things in your life. There's not a time for their kind of wars out there. You know what I'm saying? Out there. I don't believe that. They create that, and it's not for a season. It's not for that reason that Yah appointed. The number for appointed times is 8, I think. Let me look at my notes. I'm not all into gematria, but it does pop up significantly in my life when needed. Okay. As I've shared before, a lot of 4 and 8s have popped up in my life for the last 2 years. Let me find my notes about 8. I'm not going to be able to find it right. Oh, maybe I will. Yes, I will. So I wrote a lot about it last year. Oh, 4 is appointed time, a moed. So 8 is a number of restoration and completeness. So, talking about forever. Yeah. I saw her on Dr. Bass's live last Sunday. So we had some time. Yeah, she was in here too. Yeah, so timing. I also saw a post. I guess that is a buzzword for me right now, timing. I saw a post about how time was kept on a certain, I don't even remember. I should have written it down. Maybe I'll write it in the comments later. Just how it was kept differently. Obviously, they've changed the calendars on us, but it was more specific. And I think the only thing I can remember about it was that there was a 9 hours of daylight and 9 hours of night. And they calculated days that way. Yeah, you're right, Jess. It does make you go crazy. And I don't break them down. I just pay attention. But I don't like, they're more for encouraging. You have to stay off camera. Go. So, yeah, I don't like live by it. It's just when they pop up, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, they're significant for encouragement. It's not to move by, So yeah, that's all I had for that timing. And we know that they've changed things because our 8-hour workday and everything is shit. Not good for our bodies. And I've been thinking a lot about the cycles, obviously the seasons of how. Hi, Isaac. Thanks for coming too, or joining in. Winter's the time to restore, and kind of hibernate. But life isn't like that. We don't really have a time to hibernate. But that's why we need to take a Sabbath. I don't know. That's all I got. I didn't sleep much last night. I fell asleep at midnight, and I woke up every hour until 4 or 5. I woke up at 6. So I'll probably, I don't know, may go back to sleep after this. What else? What do you wanna know? What do you want to talk about? I'll give a couple minutes. So Jess is going to work. Melissa's making soap. I just got my package from Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. She gave me my favorite and Alessia's favorites. A couple extras. Melissa's so generous. Did you Super Sidewinder? It's interesting. Is that the norm for you, though? It's, can you shut it down a little bit? It's sometimes the norm for me, but last night was significant for that. I don't know. But also the wind is whipping like crazy around here, and it was all night. And my house is a newer house, but it's cheap, so it sounds like the roof and the walls are gonna cave in. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Now, if you do wake up in the middle of the night, it's good to watch that. Yeah, weird dreams. Hmm. Oh, okay. Super sidewinder. That's all right. Yeah, it is. I agree, Jess. It's yeah. There was something I thought of. So I've heard the word mood thrown around. There's a mood around. I've heard something else. Yeah, someone mentioned it in another chat how I don't roller coaster kind of too. Um, but I think that's before things are about to break through again. You know, it's cyclical, just like the seasons, the time for everything. Oh, here's the other verse I wanted to read too. I realize that there's nothing better for them to do than to be cheerful and enjoy what is good in their lives. That means us. He's talking about humankind, mortals in this, it says. It is a gift from Yah to be able to eat and drink and experience that the good that comes from every kind of hard work. I realize that whatever Yah does will last forever. Nothing can be added to it and nothing can be taken away from it. Yah does this so that people will fear him. Whatever has happened in the past is present now. Whatever is going to happen in the future has already happened in the past. Yah will call the past to account. Um, so that goes along with what I was telling my children, that he sees it. He's above all of it. Hello, Bleak. Welcome. Um, the past is the present for him, and the present is the present. The present is the past for him, and the future is the present. Everything's the present for him. He's present. He's all present, omnipresent. And I used to think as a child he was omnipresent, like he was. I always would think of like the Holy Spirit, like jutting back and forth across the world. You know, as a child, you're trying to analyze and figure these things out. So I would think of the Holy Spirit like hearing my prayer as a child, and then he'd hear another prayer in China, and he'd jut over there, and he was like Roadrunner or something. That's how I thought of omnipresence, but it's not like that. But like I said, they've changed time, they've changed reality for us, and so the meaning of, sorry, my hair's bothering me because it's sticking up. Um, the meaning of his omnipresence means something different to me now that I understand what they mess with, you know. Hmm. Yeah. Deja vu, huh? Yeah. What else? So yeah, the energy, you know, and that doesn't, like I said, it doesn't always mean something's gonna be bad happening. I think it's just ebbing and flowing too. um, yeah, I don't know. I don't talk about that because it's not real. A lot of things I don't talk about. I don't voice that. Um, I don't speak it. My mom loves talk radio, conservative talk radio, and oh, good, Melissa. And she talks a lot about those things, and my that's just my personal opinion or conviction. I don't even let it on my lips anymore. It's not real. Not gonna get me. Can't have me. You're not over me. Get the get the F out. Not needed. I let someone Rush was on. I don't. Oh yeah. My uncle was into Rush Limbaugh. We all start somewhere, though, right? So, oh no, Mr. Super Sideburner, don't worry. I want to encourage you. Don't let that get you down. Don't. Yeah, I know it's crazy. Don't let anybody pull you into anything crazy. You want shalom and peace and comfort and um, ability to overcome and, like I said, see the enemy above in that strong tower that Heavenly Father is. That's why He sets you up high so you can see. And I know you guys all see. So that's good. We all start somewhere. That's what I was going to say. Um, like Rush Limbaugh, that's kind of like the start. And I started actually, someone introduced me to Alex Jones, and that's how I figured some things out. And then, you get past that and you find something else. And I'm not saying find someone else to follow. We should just glean from where we know to glean from. Leslie, be careful. The lamp is right there. Oh, thanks, Bleak. Yeah, I do a morning Muse every morning for now. That's what I've been led to do so far. I usually do it while I'm driving, Bleak, to work. I don't do it on the weekends usually. So I do it Monday through Friday. Oh, yeah, Jess, I know, right? Ugh. Dr. Bass was saying how the word gay was, when we were teenagers, I think some of us are the same age, and we're all in the same generation pretty much. Or back to back generations. Uh, when someone said, that's what Dr. Bass was talking about. When someone said, "Oh, you're so gay," that's so gay. I mean, it was like like a dig, right? We all said that. So Dr. Bass was like, "No, it's a compliment." Oh, high school, fun times. I had a lot of fun in high school and college, and not in the bad ways. I was a good Christian girl. We had fun. We just had fun as friends, and we were broke, but it was fun, and we just hung out, and we thought life was stressful or whatever, and we had fun in college. It just was. We just laughed, and you stayed up late, and you went to classes, or you skipped classes and went to shop instead. I don't know. That's what me and my friend did. We skipped a few Bible classes that way. A pack of cigarettes? I never heard that before. What was another saying from high school? What did we used to say? Lame-o. Oh, help me out. What did we used to say back then? Gosh, wasn't that just like 10 years ago? Wasn't high school like 10 years ago, guys? Nope.
No.
I feel that's right. Nope.
No.
Oh, man. In our hearts, that's where we are, right? What we used to say in high school? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm too tired to remember. I have a lot of recurring dreams that I'm back in college, like lost in the hallways, and it's like the first day of classes, and I didn't sign up for the right classes, and I'm fumbling with my books and dropping things. It's really funny, not funny, not funny. And I'm like trying to find the registrar's office, and I can't find it in this giant building, which is interesting because uh, my college was not a big college at all. It was a small Baptist college. So registrar, there was like 2 or 3 floors in the main building, and registrar was the second floor. Um, oh, what profession am I'm in the education field, Bleak. Thank you for the compliment. I've been told that, yes. I was saying how my family, my mom and dad grew up on the south side of Chicago. And my mom's brothers, my uncles particularly, have that thick Chicago south side accent. And very blue collar type people. And they're very smart. I'm not saying that, but someone was asking me, why don't I talk like that? And I don't know. I said, well, I didn't grow up. My mom does not have an accent. My dad has no accent from Chicago because actually, uh, my grandpa was not from Chicago. He's originally from Pennsylvania. My grandma, um, I think she averted having an accent because she took elocution lessons in high school. She always told me they learned how to talk properly and speak eloquently and politely. So my dad grew up in a home that didn't have that tendency. I still am told I have an accent. When I go out west, people make fun of me all the time. They're like, "Where are you from?" But yeah, I'm in the education field. I was a teacher. I'm a teacher currently, but I'll be leaving to do something else in education outside of the classroom. But you're a huge fan of etiquette. It is a dying. Yeah, it is. That's how I grew up, though. It's a generational thing. Hi, MMA. Nice to see you. Um, I'll show you. Have I shown you a picture of my grandma and her sisters? Probably not. Hold on. Get a picture. Have I shown you this picture? I think I have shown this picture, but for those of you that are new, I'll show it again. Um, so this is in the 50s, obviously, 60, early 60s. That's my grandma, her mom, and her four sisters, and then they have a brother, but he's not pictured. Um, I sound normal. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks. Thanks for saying I sound normal. I think when I really get like hyped up, my Midwestern like nasal sounding accent comes out, but I can't describe how people out west they just don't speak nasally. I don't know. But yeah, if I get hyped up or angry or something, I start getting more nasally. But anyways, I was going to say about so obviously back in these times they dressed to the nines, heels, hats, gloves, fur coats. I wish my mom has my grandma's fur coat, but these pillbox hats. And dang it, my mom had some of her father's old hats from the 40s and 50s, the brimmed hats, and we sold them for a pretty penny to a guy that dresses in that style every day. But now I look back and I'm like, maybe I should have kept that, or my mom should have kept them. Same with these hats. She had some of her grandma's hats. Not this grandma, another grandma. But anyways, what I was going to say about this was they were poised and they were taught to be poised and how to dress in public. And this was Easter, but still, even for Easter attire, I mean, none of us were wearing, during special occasions, except for weddings, maybe we don't wear furs and hats and gloves and heels and hosiery and things like that. Um, so yeah, have I heard of the chemicals in top hats, the Mad Hatter syndrome? Mm-hmm. I have brainwash. Yeah, it seeped into their brains, and you were able to be more controlled, right? But so that etiquette was heavily passed down to my parents' generation, the boomer generation, baby boomers, and then I generation. But my family specifically is very proper. There's a problem with that. And I'll say it in a second. Yes, Mercury. Um, there's a problem with that when you present yourself in a way like that, you hide everything else. So um, that's that's the drawback. These women look wonderful, and they were beautiful women, but boy, did they struggle. Mm, boy, did they have some hard times, like everyone does. But so, okay, one moment. Stop right there. She just pinched her finger in the pantry door. You're okay. Kiss it. Okay, get some ice. Get an ice pack. Um. So yeah, I've had to back to the healing part. I've had to confront that part in my life. You don't look good on the outside and then not have you know you have it all together, and but you can't pretend like that. Yeah, Melissa, I Mind Unveiled did a video on it like 3-4 months ago. So I don't know. That's all I got. We're almost at a half hour, guys, and I've been talking about nothing. I know, Melissa, right? Me too. In Bible college, it was required to wear them to class. So I think I've worn them once in the past 15 years. No, I take that back. In the last 12 years, I think I've worn them once or twice. Mercury was used from form the leather, right? It's also like the I I had watched a movie a year ago about the radium in the watches also, and the women who painted the radium paint onto the watches. It was actually in Southern Illinois. Um, they'd lick the brush and then they'd paint the watch and they'd lick it, and it ended up causing um, horrible side effects like sickness. So they'd start losing their teeth, and they would become paralyzed, and their skin would decay away. That was like in the 40s, the 30s or 40s. Yeah, radium glass. Ooh, no, not the glass, but yeah, but that glows too, but the paint. So the women would lick the brushes to which doesn't even make sense. Why would you lick a paintbrush? I'm kind of wondering if that story is true. I don't know. Oh yeah, Melissa, tights are a different story. I'm talking about like hose. Not tight. I do wear tights too. Because it gets cold here. It's gonna be -2 on Tuesday. I said that yesterday. It's gonna be 0 tomorrow, like actual temperature. So the real feel will be I don't want to know. Yeah, so I was thinking about that radium story, how true that was, because they put things out there, as a sideshow. Which also I was thinking yesterday, um, where you lick the brushes. Right, but they're not loaded. You need to move over there. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be firm with her because she's sorry, not me. She's just you're okay, Alessia. She's over dramatic about things. Yeah, I could see that when it's clean or rinsed, but not when there's paint on it, especially if that paint glows. Like, ooh. um, oh, okay, Bleak. Oops, something went wrong. Oh, all right. Well, I stand corrected. I just wondered. Like I said, I wonder about that story. I was I was getting my nails done yesterday, and they have this stupid, show on, a crime show, and I couldn't hear it, but I could see the interview going on, and they, how they flash the pictures over the talking about the victim, and they're usually this beautiful person who was outgoing, and I just wonder, is this is even true? This is probably some random person's picture, or was someone really? I'm not saying, I mean, people do die and horrible things happen, but the drama of it was so, like, who wants to watch that? And it was and they show some horrible murders and things like that. Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. We're still on radium. Hi, haha. Yes, it was a heater. Anyways, I'll go back to uh, the brush uh, subject. Okay. Um, but you don't lick them when they're full of paint, right? I mean, my preschoolers would do that, or I had a second grader once, like, just dip her finger in her glue and, like, eat it, just for kicks. Like, I don't know. She was just thinking, "Oh, I wonder what this is." I've tasted Play-Doh as a child. You do that. Oh well. Anyways, at least it's not radium paint. You're okay. When I was younger, you always try cocoa powder or cinnamon. Whoa, goodness. You take it like, as a child, you think cocoa powder is sweet, like chocolate, like a chocolate bar. So yeah, I took a whole teaspoon of cocoa powder one time. Hi, Anthony. Um, yeah, dog. Yeah, don't. As I used to tell my preschoolers, guys, nothing goes in our mouth except for food. Actually, I told a fourth grader that she had a whole necklace chain in her mouth the other day. I'm like, that thing gets stuck in your throat, I'm gonna have to do the Heimlich on you. Oh, Melissa. Oh, don't say it. Shalom. Okay. What else have children eaten in my class? I don't know. My fourth graders do. That's an oral thing, They usually, if I see them putting something in their mouth, I give them gum. I keep some candy and stuff in my desk, and I give them like a half piece of gum. Um, One boy was like chewing on a plastic tag piece, the part of the tag that you cut off, the plastic. He was chewing on that. I don't know even where he found it. Another time he had a paper clip in his mouth, and I'm like, yeah, not safe. Right, Bleak. Yeah, I know. We all do it. We all do. Have you seen those posts or those memes where, oh, if you were a child and did this, we all did the same things. When you took the pin in your finger and you'd like put it inside your skin and then stick it, it would stick out. We all did that. We all chewed on our pencils. Haha, yes. Uh huh. I should. However, I don't have. I'm not. I can't spend the money, sadly, on uh, those things for my children. I would love to give them better things, but it's not all the time. Believe me. I think I only did that like twice this week. I don't do it every week, so um, yeah, I'm all about health and keeping crap out of your body. The hard thing about this school where I've been is um, it's a state funded school, so a lot of these children, they get free breakfast and free lunch. But these breakfasts are just, well, I mean, no wonder I have so many behavior problems, because their bodies are so out of whack. Not just their lives are out of whack, their whole body. Like, oh, these breakfasts are just gross. Like donuts, packaged donuts, and the crappy cereals, and um, yeah, xylitol. I use monk fruit sweetener and maple syrup most of the time. Um, yeah, seed oils and canola oil and corn syrups. What else do my kids bring in to eat? These, it's all sugar. It's just laden with sugar, and then they're so hyped up. Children are so hyped up today, like they cannot. I think my fourth graders at the most can focus for 30 minutes, like good focus. If I go over 30 minutes or 35 minutes, they lose their minds. Literally. I'm not just talking about like they get a little like, oh, when's recess? They like physically get up and they just start talking to each other. It's really, yeah, it's just such poison for them. Yeah, I know, Jeremy. And that's why I just can't be in the classroom anymore. There's so many contradictions in the classroom. And why I didn't want to initially do it anyways. I did it for other reasons. But um, there's so much, not just educationally, but I mean, obviously, education is good to know what has been taught and what has to be relearned, but we all have to read and do math to figure life out also. So I do, there's merit to that. But anyways, yeah, all bioengineered. It's just disgusting, like disgusting food that they eat. And then milk, whoa. Oh, chocolate milk and what? It's just gross, 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 gross. I mean, they do give them a piece of fruit like an apple or an orange, but that's not good either. Um, so it's just, yeah, yeah, Bleak, you know a lot. Good job. Not good job, just good to have you that you're like minded too. Correct. You're correct. But yeah, can you turn it down a little bit, please? Turn it down, please. Yoo-hoo. Turn it down. Turn it down. I don't know how loud that is. I don't like it loud, but loud. But yes. Yes, Jeremy. All the above. All the above. And then the lunches they give are the same thing. It's, walking tacos with chips and then the kids are hooked early on all of the junk food snacks. They like all the hot chips and everything. That's the thing now. And I mean, I'm saying like, okay, have a bag like once in, I don't know, a year. But hey, Johnny, nice to see you. Shalom. Um, yeah, but these kids just constantly do want chips and candy and fast food. Ugh, yuck. It's just going to cause problems later in life. So, do I come on other panels? No, I don't. Well, one I do, but Tony, if you see him on here, I'll come on his panel. It's not really a panel; it's just us friends talking. But Bleak, sure. I don't know. Sure. Life's been pretty good right now, I guess. I better stop. 40 minutes now of me rambling. This really is rambling. I'm much better than this. Usually, I'm just super tired. Okay, I'm gonna go rest well, everybody, today, and okay, yeah, Bleak, reach out to me or comment down below. I know, right? We do enjoy rambling. Isn't it fun? It's just fun to hang out. Okay, sure, Bleak. Okay, well, blessings, everybody. Stay warm and safe, and whatever you're doing, wherever you're going. Bye. Oop, hold on.
Mama, try